High levels of stomach acid are brutal. They give us that acid reflux, they give us that burning in the stomach, and they can make us feel bloated, but not to mention that they can absolutely affect our digestion. And a lot of people ask me frequently, how can I lower my stomach acid levels, or how can I get rid of this acid reflux? Before I give you the 3 foods that I think are gonna help lower your acid levels the most, I wanna explain some of the reasons why you may be experiencing acid reflux. Number 1, greasy, spicy foods. It's kind of an obvious one. Eating those kinds of foods can trigger a little bit more in the way of gastric juices that need to be pumped in order to break that stuff down. Consequently, that can make you have a little bit of an issue with acid reflux. The next one is lack of sleep. If you've ever gotten up super early, where you maybe are getting up earlier than you normally would because you have to go catch a plane or a train or whatever the case may be, well, then you'll find that maybe you get that kind of hungry feeling where you can kind of feel that acid swimming around in there. Well, that can definitely do it because the body is producing acid in the middle of the night quite a bit. So if you get up super early and you're sleep deprived, you can get this excess formation of acid that can cause that problem. And additionally, lack of sleep is usually tied in with the next issue, which is stress. Stress is a leading cause of acid reflux and excess acid within the stomach, i.e., that's why people always correlate stress with ulcers. Now, there's not a whole lot of science that proves that stress causes ulcers, but there's some speculation that it may be this. You see, what happens is when you are stressed out, you release noradrenaline. So you release all these kind of stress hormones. Well, that noradrenaline decreases the capillary size. It constricts the blood vessels. And when those blood vessels constrict within the stomach, it slows down the mucus production. And that mucus production in the stomach is what protects the stomach. So when the mucus production is slowed down, you don't have that protective layer, and the acid can actually start burning into the stomach, causing an ulcer. Okay, so now you know what may cause it. Let's talk about how you can fix it. The top 3 foods. My number 1 food is going to be red split lentils. Lentils are a low-fat, but still somewhat high-fiber food that's easy to digest, that tends to have a nice, easy effect on the stomach. You'll hear a lot of people that have acid reflux say that when they eat lentils, they actually get a little bit of a calming effect. Now, there's not a lot of science backing up why. All we know is it seems to have a nice calming effect within the gut. The number 2 food is going to be parsley. Now, a lot of people don't like parsley, but you don't need much. All you have to do is throw it in a little bit of a juice cocktail that you ordinarily would, or eat a couple simple stalks of it. It is known to neutralize the stomach acid a little bit, and it's been used for thousands of years as sort of a digestive aid. In fact, if you Google it and you start looking it up, you're gonna see that parsley is one of the best things that you can eat to start feeling a little bit better when it comes to bloating and it comes to acid reflux. So the third one is apple cider vinegar. And I do videos on this one all the time. It's one of my favorite little health hacks, tricks that you can use to feel better in a lot of ways. But when it comes down to stomach acid, even though it is technically acidic, that extra acid actually slows down the production of your body's natural acid production. So therefore, it can actually reduce stomach acid levels and sometimes help an ulcer and help you feel quite a bit better. So I encourage you to try it, do a couple tablespoons first thing in the morning. If it bothers you, reduce it or dilute it in some water. So there you have it, 3 simple foods. And at the end of the day, one of the best things that you can do is keep a diet journal. Write down what you're eating and correlate certain foods with when you feel the way that you feel. And remember, it's not always too much stomach acid. More often than not, it's actually not enough. So be sure that you are really paying attention to your symptoms and how you feel. As always, keep it locked in here. See you in the next video.